Earlier in the year, so yeah, she does know the straight.
She's short enough, but you're hoping the bookmakers are good judges.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me how short she is.
Good luck, Leon.
Thanks, Peter.
Leon's got Dame Belto in the Oaks today. Had Devon, the lady jockey. Claire Lindop rode Devon. Interesting. Going to start her in the Emirates. Decided not to against Spinning Hill today and went for the easier option, but which is a pretty good guide.
I think so. A high-pressure race, really, the Emirates with your Spinning Hills and horses like that, and of course Thorn Park in the race and Bomber Bill, possibly just trying to look after the filly. Happy to race her against her own sex, and I think in the autumn and maybe the spring of next year we'll see this filly graduate to weight for age racing, Bruce. She's well above average. Been a long preparation for her, having said that. I think that's the only query with her today. She's been up for a while.
After the race at Caulfield over 1400, they took her back to Adelaide.
Yep.
Freshened her right up, set her for the Moonee Valley race. And the only thing about Moonee Valley, there was a bit of a rumour going around she was sore. She drifted. Danny Nikolic, when he pulled up after the race, felt that she was a bit sore.
Okay.
He spoke to John Letts when he came back and said, oh, the filly doesn't feel right, but just might be a little trait of hers. And there's Danabar, blanket on behind. This is a pretty interesting horse from South Australia. Just the 2 runs. Mark Kavanagh, a very good trainer.
He is, and the filly that beat her, or the horse that beat her at a last start, goes well.
Grayson Power.
Yeah.
So the form line looks good. Now, Cape Kennedy was the short one today, but did get to odds against. I wonder if Dilly Dally's odds on or around Cape Kennedy's odds. The 220, Pat, does she run in the black or in the red?
Will run in the black, and you're doing better than 220 down here. Again, Bruce, no mountain of money. It's hard to work out. Hasn't been a big drifter, Dilly Dally. We'll start, a pronounced favourite. Legally Bay has been solid, only out of point. Danabar, as I said, money came early to firm Danabar up 2 points and has stayed at around about what you see on the tote at the moment, the $11. So it's... Dilly Dally's getting out again, just late in betting to about a half a point over the mine for theirs mark. So there's no great confidence at this stage, although Dilly Dally will start firm favourite.
Darren Gauchi, interestingly, Pat talked about Legally Bay being well tried. Darren's only got 2 rides today. He's already ridden Seance, as we saw in the previous race, held onto the protest. This is his other ride, Legally Bay. Speaking of riders, Damien Oliver is on Century Kid today in the Emirates. Jim Cassidy not riding for the rest of the day. He was on Dubai Pearl in the Oaks, so we need some riders for Jim, but Damien Oliver goes on to Century Kid in the Emirates. There you have Dilly Dally at 220. She's the favourite. Last thoughts, Turf?
I'm pretty keen on this filly. As long as she's held up this preparation, she'll beat these. She's beaten them before. Why won't she beat them again?
Legally Bay goes in as we join Greg Miles for the Aquavita Stakes.
Mr. Crown Princess. Lights flashing away. We need Carlton Spirit and Bit of Knowledge to move up, and we'll have them right to go. So Carlton Spirit goes in now. It's the gear change with the blinkers and visor off. Bit of Knowledge to come along and complete it. Settled at the end of the field at Moonee Valley. Never came into the race that day. Chris Muntz on board, bringing Bit of Knowledge into the outside gate. All in. Set to run, racing immediately. Legally Bay began okay, and so did Dilly Dally. They want to come to this side. And away quickly, Tycoon Diva, Beautiful Gem. Danabar showing a bit of pace. Slice of Paradise dropping in behind the speed in the early stages. And as they come along towards the 900-metre mark now, all crossing to the grandstand side. And let's see now, Danabar would be one of the leaders out on this side in the blue colours. Up there too in the early stages, Tycoon Diva to its left, and Dilly Dally in the black and yellow colours. The grey is Bella Corona coming up closest to the middle of the track. Just off them is Slice of Paradise, Crown Princess near the outside rail, and Bit of Knowledge on the outside fence. Tuscan Sky and Willow Wind aren't too far away from the speed from Living Spirit. Beautiful Gem trying to find a passage through. And Carlton Spirit one of the last, but not too much between first and last. Only about 4 lengths covering them. Dilly Dally striding up with Slice of Paradise to get the Danabar Crown Princess. Over on the far side now, Beautiful Gem in the clear, but Dilly Dally got to the clock tower and she's in front by about a length here to Danabar Crown Princess. Dilly Dally in the last 100 starting to roll about a bit. Danabar Crown Princess drive hard, but Dilly Dally on the inside all close. She's all over the track. Danabar's made a dive at Dilly Dally. Close between them, Crown Princess is right up there on the outside, and then Legally Bay, Beautiful Gem, Carlton Spirit followed further back in the field then. by Bit of Knowledge, and then came Slice of Paradise. Behind these to finish in the race is Tuscan Sky and Living Spirit, and then Willow Wind towards the end with Bella Corona, and one more is Tycoon Diva.
I've got a feeling this might have got beaten. Dilly Dally, she was all over a winner. This is very close.
She's drifted.
Have a look, she's run third.
Look at that, unbelievable. She has drifted from close to the outside rail to near towards the inside rail. She's thrown that race away, I guess, at the end of a long preparation more than anything else, Bruce.
And do you know what? It's just that sort of week for Danny Nikolic.
Yeah.
It is just that sort of week for Danny Nikolic. This horse was never going to win easily, but was always going to win. Right now, she's about to go away, Dilly Dally, but you watch her run in, we'll see the head on later. Let's concentrate on her. She doesn't win the race, but she's the one, the favourite that we're concentrating on. Danabar is 2 from the outside and Crown Princess on the outside. Here, she's got it one. She's about a half length in front, but Danny has to straighten her up, stop riding, and they get right over the top of her.
Yeah, they do. Look at her here. Just the last 50 yards, she's just gone, made a beeline for the flat side.
This will be the key. This shot from above. Danabar's right with her here.
She's going dead straight there, Bruce.
And
she draws.
Didn't Schweizer do this last year?
Yes, he did.
He did the same thing.
Look, she's got a half a head in front. She's a long head in front. And she takes off here.
So Danny hasn't reared it now. He's just trying to keep her straight. She's rolling in. She's rolling in.
There she goes. Look
She's
at that.
losing everything right now. And look at Danny look across. He's just having a wretched week.
Yes.
12.42 official. 12.42. Oh, Peter, a sensation here as we're watching Dilly Dally run towards the inside. It's just one of those weeks for Danny Nikolic, but Danabar getting up.
Yes, I think it must be black cats and under ladders for Danny, but for Mark Kavanagh, well, what are the feelings now? What were they a couple of minutes ago? Did you think you'd got up?
I couldn't see. I was too far back from the post, but she certainly ran a good race. I was pretty happy with that.
You've obviously set her for this race. She's only had the 2 coming over from Adelaide. A big step up in class, but she was up to it.
Yeah, she's a little bit unlucky last start. You know, she couldn't get a run, but we set her for this race about 4 months ago, and I had trouble with her first up. She broke through the barriers and then had a ban, and I actually had to take her to Narracourt to get the ban off in a barrier trial. So it's been a long road, but it's worth it now.
Mark, congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Here's the winning rider, Noel Callow with John Letts.
Johnny! I know. This has been a while. What a habit it's getting, mate, Noel. You wouldn't mind doing that every week?
No, but I'm happy where I'm married. I'm happy to be with my wife, Renee, but I don't mind giving you a kiss, Johnny.
No, Danabar, this filly, Mark Kavanagh was telling me about 5 or 6 weeks ago, was one of the best horses he's ever had. Today she's proved she can really run.
Yeah, she can. She's a really tough, gutsy horse. I was told not to lead her on her. She jumped very well. Sorry, Mark. But I just had to use my initiative, and to her credit, she just kept sticking her head out, and she's a gutsy filly, this horse. First time at Flemington, and it was like she'd been here 12 times.
Yeah, well, I think Noel brought her, Mark brought her over earlier, Noel, in the week, and just give her a chance to settle down. But she is a filly that's very hypo type of filly, but today she looked very relaxed.
Very relaxed and just a professional, and I'm happy to ride her. She's a lovely horse.
Congratulations, mate. Good luck for the rest of the carnival.
Thanks, Johnny.
Noel Callow, who's been such a hit. He rode a record number of winners in Victoria in September, got the Group 1 in top swing at Caulfield, which is his first Group 1. Fabulous, right? Look, without making it, and this is a really high-class filly. 3 starts, 2 wins. Good run, Crown Princess, running up to Caulfield. But if Dilly Dally had drawn the right barrier today and seen the outside fence, she'd probably win by a length.
Yeah, she drew barrier 4 and had to sort of face the breeze 4 or 5 away from that outside fence. I think you're right, Bruce. I think if she could have got a little bit of cover and seen that outside rail, it may have made the difference, may have helped to go straight. But, you know, she's run a good race again.
Look at the connection. If Noel Callow ever wins a Melbourne Cup, now, Bossy wasn't bad Tuesday. Could you imagine Noel Callow coming back after a Melbourne Cup? He gives it the lot after a race like this, which is a good event in its own right, I know.
If I was Jay Letts and he won the Melbourne Cup, I don't think Letts would go near him, Bruce. He got a kiss there. Imagine a Melbourne Cup. Crikey. It's frightening.
Well, it was a bit of a tip, wasn't it, Danabar? And she's arrived by narrow margin over Crown Princess. The 2 horses up against the fence. In the Emirates today, the small field, they're all going to go to the outside rail, aren't they?
It becomes very tactical, doesn't it? And these, especially these young horses, Bruce, a lot of these horses would not have raced down the straight before. Of course, Dilly Dally had. It's important for them to see the running rail.
Short half head by a short neck. Short half head by a short neck. Well, the crowds just continue to flock in here on Oaks Day. They're coming every which way. Any way they can get here, they're doing it. Here's Neil.
Of all the ways to come to the Oaks, maybe the most sublime is on the MV Blackbird, sailing along the marvellous Maribyrnong. What's the most excited you've seen anyone get?
Where a couple of brothers had a punch-up, and they both drunk, and one threw the punch, and the other one stepped aside, and the one that threw the punch dived over the back of the boat.
Did you go back and rescue him?
Yeah. We can't have any fatalities.
It's the best way to travel to Oaks Day. We're relatives, friends and friends of friends, and we've had a lovely morning.
What do you think of the trip?
It's wonderful.
I'd say both of them are.
Thank you.
Have you seen her in a new light today?
Yeah, a little bit different than normal.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And have you enjoyed the cruise?
Lovely, it's always lovely.
Do you think you'll go home as elegantly as you came?
Definitely. Yes.
You make a vow on that.
We're always available.
That's 2 people in 110,000.
The only thing we'll be leaving behind here is probably some money.
And your lunch?
Oh,
No lunch today. Got to get the figure. The lunch is
Do you think you'll go home looking as stylish as you do now?
No, we'll have hat hair.
Hat hair.
Yeah.
What about being a little bit messy? Maybe a bit untidy?
Well, that's always a possibility. Yeah.
You can't bet on it, can you?
Can't bet on that. Well, actually, probably that's the only sure bet of the day.
While the boys are in their funny outfits making lots of noise, ladies just act like ladies. Now, I think I know what this is for, girls, but tell me.
It's actually to keep the boys in.
Oh, in! I thought it was to keep them out. Either way. And everything's so pretty. We have pink musk sticks, we have pink drinks, pink flowers. It's all very girly, isn't it?
Well, it's all about the girls today.
You bet. That's right. You heard it. It's all about the girls today.
Speaking of fillies, Danabar impressive in that race, winning by short half head with a short neck to Dilly Dally. Correct weight, $9.40 and $2.70. So well tried, $6.30, $1.40. Quinella 123. The trifecta, the value getting the favourite beaten, but she was still in there, $7.87. The exacta 251. After that, Aquavita, here's Jim Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are counting down to the Crown Oaks. Assisting me in the presentation for the Aquavita Stakes is committee member for the Victoria Racing Club, Mrs. Amanda Elliott. Also the senior product manager for Cadbury Schweppes, Miss Nicole Gillette, to make the official presentation.
Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Cadbury Schweppes is absolutely thrilled to be a major sponsor and supplier here at Flemington Racecourse. Today's race was a fantastic spectacle, and we are very proud that our new product, Aquavita, is associated with the high calibre of racing we've seen here today. Aquavita is our brand new range of bottled water. It is enhanced with a variety of nutrients and flavoured with natural fruit juices. A healthy refreshment for you to enjoy today in between the bubbles. This is the 22nd year of this time-honoured race, and Danabar came home in brilliant form. Our congratulations go to Danabar, Henry Vogel, Mark Kavanagh and Noel Callow for a fantastic performance and a race well ridden. I'd now like to hand over to Henry Vogel on behalf of the winning owners. Congratulations.
So well done, that horse. 2 starts in Adelaide, set for this race. Adelaide owners doing well during this carnival, that's for sure. De Movo Plate. This race for Greys, it's a real highlight, isn't it?
It's terrific. It's always exciting every year too, Bruce. And most of the horses we see on the provincial circuit in Victoria, and also we've got a couple of New South Wales gallopers as well, but always a good sight. And I noticed that most of the interstate racing clubs have picked up a grey race sometime during their racing year.
King of Soul at 410, Media Magnate at 470, King Robden at 890 and Shadowmaker 510. They're the ones on the first page in the market. And Chazaris at 1380 is the best of those on the second page. Paddy, they tell me that after 23 races, I know the tips were coming through and we said that that horse had been well tried. You've backed a winner after 23.
I stuck with Letzi and I won a photo finish. It's unbelievable. There's high excitement down here in the pedigree, I can tell you that. Excitement from the punters for Damien's Mount, King of Soul, although it's been a little easy It's turning it out to about $3.40, and I think that will match up with the market. You're still shopping overs on the TAB. Media Magnate was a double-figure odds in the newspaper this morning. It's opened up very short and has been will stay around that quote at this stage. Under double-figure odds, King Robden, Leica Waratah, Ballistic Mist. There's been a little money for Ballistic Mist as well early, and Shadowmaker well in the market. So this one, another very, very keen betting race down here, and we'll wait and see where the money comes a little later on, but they've been pretty much on the mark so far, the punters.
Let's have a look at our tips, Paddy. Peter Donegan and Dr. Turf, both Shadowmaker. Any confidence, Doc?
Oh, he's a nice horse, Shadowmaker. I've been following him around the provincial circuit for the last 2 or 3 months. He's been racing very, very well. He's a good game horse, and he'll appreciate the weight, I reckon, here too.
Media Magnate for Ken. And what about the draw here? He'd drawn really well in 2 at the 1400.
Well, I thought that was a good draw, but these jockeys seem very, very keen on staying away from the inside fence, Bruce. So I guess Shadowmaker doesn't race really up on the pace, so hopefully he'll get back and maybe come around them.
Well, we've got lots of tips going on today, and the Lavazza selections are also with Joanna Griggs.
It's update time for the Lavazza celebrity tips, and well, it's not good for us. We've all actually turned to the drink. We're enjoying these Lavazza Epia cherries. They are the latest, hottest cocktail. How are they, Katie and Rob?
Oh, yeah, very nice.
What are they? With a Tia Maria and espresso? Is that right?
Well, it's a shot of coffee, which is what I need right now, which is great.
Okay, to give you the update, we had they tipped their places came in 2nd and 3rd, but unfortunately we were on the nose. Yes. Mine came absolutely nowhere, so don't follow my tips for the rest of the day. We have a chance to bounce back. Race number 5. Who are you liking?
Well, I was a bit disappointed in the 3rd because Tata Tatiana had the inside run and was beaten by a head, so very unlucky. But in this race, going for a horse which is fresh, hasn't raced since August, but loves it first up, loves the track, and heard a little bit of a whisper too. So Media Magnate, number 3.
Number 3, $100 for Rob on Media Magnate. What about you, Katie?
Well, I'm going to go with Kieran McAvoy on Shadowmaker because I love Kieran, and also I ran into Tom Waterhouse outside, and his dad usually has some pretty good information. So number 8, Shadowmaker.
Beautiful. Number 8. I'm also on number 3 with Rob, Media Magnate. Yes, I've actually had a couple of whispers this morning. Oh, look, if you can't beat him, join him. That's it for our Celebrity Lavazza update. Our tipping and competition. We'll be back soon.
Have they talked you into having a bet in the next? I hope they have, and I hope you're back a winner. Now, the Rugby World Cup continues this weekend with quarterfinals on Saturday and Sunday. The quarterfinals Saturday, New Zealand and South Africa. That match being played in Melbourne. And then the Wallabies against Scotland. That match in Brisbane. They're the time, 6:25 and 9 o'clock. The same deal Sunday. These are knockout quarterfinals. The winners through to the semis next week. France and Ireland here in Melbourne, and England and Wales in Brisbane. Really looking forward to all 4 matches. You can see them exclusively live on 7. Let's go back to the marquee with Jennifer Kite.
So having a fabulous time in the 7 marquee this afternoon, and I've bumped into Cindy Sargon from Surprise Chef. What a surprise.
It is. How are you?
I'm very well. Who are you wearing today?
I'm wearing Colette Dinnigan.
Looks stunning.
Thank you, but I've been told green's very bad luck to wear, but I think it's only bad luck for me because I'll be the one losing on the race.
I'm not standing next to you then. Now tell us what's coming up for you on the telly.
Okay, next Wednesday, 12th of November at 7:30, we've got great summer ideas where all the lifestyle shows have got together, and we've had a big cookout and renovation going on in Byron Bay, which was
very nice. Tough gig.
It wasn't too hard, let me tell you.
Well, we look forward to seeing that. And Surprise Chef back next year?
Back next year. We've shot it all and it's looking spectacular.
Cooking up a storm.
Absolutely.
Okay, Cindy, thank you for that. Have a great day racing.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Well, the Melbourne Cup creates legends, and this next story is about one of the biggest of them all.
When Generosa goes round in today's Oaks, everyone will know the trainer. But there's another set of eyebrows in the Generosa camp. Dato Tan Chin Nam is an owner of the filly, as he is in more than 40 of Bart Cummings' horses.
Sometimes 1 leg, sometimes 2 legs, sometimes 3 legs. I like to share the joy with friends and new friends.
Chin Nam has had nags with Bart for 40 years. He's a Squiganaire property developer, but he knows his place.
Do you ever tell Bart how to treat the horse?
Never ever. There's only one tiger in the hill.
Bart is the only tiger in the hill, but Chin Nam is a grandmaster of chess and a fountain of Chinese proverbs. Here's how he explains the desperate time when the Cup's king almost went broke and his Malaysian mate helped him out.
When he had very few friends, you were one of them.
Well, I brought in some coal to keep him warm when he felt cold.
Of course, Bart has his own slant on who helps who.
When he needs any money, I give it to him, and vice versa sometimes.
For better or for worse, for richer or poorer.
When they're no good, he reckons I pick him, and when they're good, he's picked them.
With Bart, you don't mark him wrong. If you say the wrong things, you get snapped by him.
Let's just say the relationship has been good for both tigers. Chin Nam's first horse was one he reckons that he picked.
He just walked to me.
It was love at first sight?
Yeah, well, good-natured horse has less problem than bad-natured horse.
Talk about the luck of the Malaysian. That horse, Black Knight, won 2 Melbourne Cups.
But it's Black Knight's Melbourne Cup. He's drawing away to win by 2.5 lengths.
Lightning struck twice for Chin Nam. Legend has it that Bart realised he had another champion, and on the morning of that horse's first race, he cut his Malaysian mate in. The horse was Saintly.
But Saintly wins the Melbourne Cup, Saintly.
Today, the old partnership has Generosa in the Oaks. If the filly wins, there'll be more coal to keep Bart warm. But as Chin Nam says, the king will never be cold again.
Yeah, he's very warm now, I think. And you should sort of, Bart has got his second win now.
Today's Great Cup Carnival moment is made possible by Telstra, maximising your coverage.
What a partnership, a relationship there. Now, the changes to the jockeys today for Jim Cassidy, remembering he's not riding for the rest of the day. Stephen Baxter is on Dubai Pearl in the Oaks. Damien Oliver on Century Kid in the Emirates. Danny Nikolic goes on to Barakadar in the Radiant Black, the second last, and the Sakata Plate, Boy Blue, Stephen Baxter. They're the changes. Danny Nikolic told Simon Marshall a moment ago Dilly Dally's feet have been a bit sore all spring, and she just ran in and he just couldn't do anything about it. Gee, Jason Dunstall's had no trouble with friends this week.
Well, there are a lot of people having the times of their lives this week, and none more so than John and Travis, the winners of the Tui's new Great Mate Search. Now, just spare a thought for this sort of run-in in recent times. They went to the Tui's new Werribee Cup, met the legendary Bart Cummings, who awarded them their official title. They went in the Parade of Champions with Darren Gauci. They were treated like royalty on Tui's new Melbourne Cup Day, including going into the mounting yard and celebrating with the connections of Makybe Diva, the winner of the Tui's new Melbourne Cup. And they're at it again today on Oaks Day. Now, have you come back to earth yet, fellas? What about you, John?
Not really. It's been a big week, and I'd like to thank Tui's for the opportunity of doing this. It's been really good. Like, there's nothing that can describe what we've done all week, and it's going to finish today. I'm a bit unhappy, but you've got to go back to the real world.
Now, Travis, and you've got the leave pass from the wife. What does she think about all the treats that you're copping at the moment?
Oh, Jenny gave me a great tip. Behave, Chase.
Well, I'll tell you what, I might just stick around and see if you take that tip.
Good luck to the boys. Wonderful crowd here on this beautiful day. Low 20s in Melbourne, blue skies everywhere. And the Greys are out there for the De Novo Plate Race 5 today, which has become a real attraction. And Mr. Guilo's in the mounting yard. The top weight's not there just for the moment. 2 runs this time in. We're 7th at Geelong and 8th at Moonee Valley. He's a 7-year-old by Dane Hill. Ran in the Wangoom this year, which is a big country sprint, only 6-1 on that occasion. Didn't win, but some hope.
He's actually got plenty of ability, Mr. Guilo, but a little bit concerned, Bruce, because he's had 2 runs back from a spell and they've been pretty ordinary. He's drawn the inside marble today, so I suspect he'll get a nice run in the race, but he'd nearly start favoured on his best form, but he's certainly not racing well, although his owner likes a little bit of a bet, so if there's any money for him, Rod Dufficy. Right, okay. So I think if there's any money for him, we should keep an eye on him.
Media Magnate has changed stables from the Maronis to Andrew Payne from the Payne family. Good fresh.
Yes, very good fresh, this horse, and he's only got 1 or 2 horses, Andrew Payne. One is a horse called Snapper Cane, who won a Benella the other day. I think he knows what he's doing, and why wouldn't he? He's certainly bred to. And I think he's well suited in a race of this class. He's got a good Hope Media Magnate.
We'll go to 5 Like a Waratah. Some of these horses aren't quite there. Going really well. Both its last 2 wins have been at Bairnsdale. This is its first city start.
He's from Stony Creek, this bloke, and he won at Bairnsdale the other day, Bruce, but he had absolutely no weight, and the horse who chased him the whole race had plenty of weight, and he was able to hold him off in the pretty short Bairnsdale straight. I just think this is a lot tougher. He's up way in the weights, although compensated a little bit with Noel Keller on board, of course, but no, place really for B.
On the menu we'll go to, was last at Wagga first up after a very long spell. It's a 7-year-old, but Brian Cox is a man, the trainer, to be respected at Flemington during the carnival.
Certainly is. Of course, he's got moo ball as well, and he's a pretty good stayer, pretty good trainer, Brian Cox. On the menu, good stayer when he's right, but really only the one run back from a long spell. I'm sure he's here for the hit out.
Important riding change. McAvoy onto Shadowmaker. I say change, he hasn't ridden it before. Good form, this horse. Has been strong money for it in the ring. Started favourite at Bendigo, into 3rd place there, but won 3 straight earlier this preparation at Echuca and a couple at Benalla.
Yeah, funny bloke, this guy, because he took probably 10 or 11 starts to break his maiden status. But once he did, he just found form. I think he might have won 3 in a row after that, and really gets in a nice race for him. This is a good race for him, good class for him. He won't be too far away from his good barrier. Hopefully he'll come around them away from the fence. I think he's very, very hard to beat today.
Chasseris is down from Scone. Now, Scone is really the centre of the breeding industry in Australia. It's where the big studs are. First up beyond 1,200, this race over 1,400. Good form, though. Yeah,
good form. All, as you say, all over 1,000 metres, 1,100 metres. Just seems a touch close to some of these better class, better credentialed horses at the weights, Bruce. Place for me.
Has drifted in the ring, so that's probably going to back up what you think, Doctor. Jadusk, 3rd at Ararat, 1 at Colac and Casterton, probably going to be big odds.
Yeah, he sits on the pace, this bloke. He sat on the pace there at Ararat, for what that's worth. Drawn awkwardly, very awkwardly as well, out in 13 here from the 1,400 metre start. Just too tough, surely.
Midge Didham, the trainer of Tributary, started its racing in Canberra. Won it at its first start, hasn't won since.
No, but one of his runs in Canberra, Bruce, incidentally, he ran 2nd to Ain't Seen Nothing. Just a high-class mare from Canberra, just to run at Geelong. He did get caught off the track at Geelong, some excuse, I suppose, but again, too tough for me.
And Misty Sky is a 3-year-old filly in this race, which is a bit unusual. She's number 13, a maiden, and she was placed at Pakenham on a slow track last start.
Yes, one for Pauline Hanson, fellows, because please explain, what are you doing here?
Fair enough, and she'll be a big odds, $73.
We actually didn't get to the toppy here, King of Sol. Yeah, in fact, there he is. No, he's just coming to the yard, I think, King of Sol. He's been a little bit late.
You're about to see him, Doc.
Yes,
right now, here you go.
There he is, he's just come in now. Funnily enough, Bruce, I was actually at Nowra the other day when he won, and it was a very, very strong win. He sat on the pace. In fact, he led all the way. I think the second horse who started favourite was a touch unlucky, and the only query I have about him is he's coming back from 1,600 to 400, because he did seem to be a touch one-paced in the run, but very strong and a pretty talented horse. He's got a good chance.
They thought he was good enough to run him in the Canterbury Guineas in the autumn. Now, King Robden, another one has just come in, had really good summer form. 6 starts, 3 wins, 2 placings on the dry tracks. Didn't go very well at Geelong last start, but he's been spec'd, this horse, and Colin Alderson, we know what an astute trainer he is.
He is, and look, he ran well first up. You've got to forgive him his run at Geelong. He got caught wide. He had a very, very hard run there without cover. Being caught wide without cover, Bruce, that just brings horses undone.